So I am in Mazama, Washington. My name is Sherib and I am a modern day missionary. And I have spent the last 14 years of my life traveling overseas to 36 different countries and ministering the gospel to some unreached people groups, as well as encouraging the church across the nations, most recently in the Himalayas, the Nepali church. And the Lord brought me back to Washington State. I got a horse. One of my dreams has been to share the gospel on horseback across the nation. And I'm actually going to get a chance to do that next spring with some girls who have a mission to ride across the United States, south to north. We're planning on going from Mexico to Canada, sharing the gospel as we go along and calling the church back to her first love. But in the meantime, I have been caregiving out in this little pocket of Washington. If you look behind me, you can see it's really smoky. We have a wildfire headed in our direction, so every day is kind of an adventure. But I'm caregiving for an elderly man, and me and my horse have made some new friends in this area. And my heart has, for the longest time, been for unreached people groups. And I never expected to find an unreached people group in the United States. And I don't know if you could consider them an unreached people group, but it's a community of people. They call themselves the heathens, and they live in very simple homes. Some of them live in tents year-round, and they travel like gypsies, and they make their own clothes out of animal skins using the old way of tanning hides with deer brain, and they forage for food, like wild foods that the Native Americans used to harvest. And they're not Native American necessarily, they're just a community of people who live very simply and very close to the land, and really, really hungry for spiritual things, but really the majority, if not all of them that I've met, are very liberal and follow pagan ways and practice some ancient pagan religions. And I've gotten to live with them and minister with them and talk to them and share the gospel and serve them, which has been really amazing. And so with that, I guess what I could say is, wherever you're at, whether you're in a 9-to-5 job or whether you're on the mission field, I don't think there's any sort of measurement of something that's done for the Lord that's more important or less important. I think what's important is that we do unto the Lord for the Lord, out of a place of love and relationship with Him. That we take our giftings, we take our hobbies, we take our talents and our living situation and our sphere of influence, and we love from that place at that level, using the gifts and skill sets that we have. And that is where revival starts. It's not necessarily going to the ends of the earth, though some of us are called to do that, but just being faithful where you're at and being obedient where you're at and allowing the Lord to work through you and minister to you, to whoever's in front of you, and allowing Him to move you and saying, Lord, this is your life and take me where you want me to go. And He fulfills those dreams and those desires even along the way, the simple ones, the ones that sometimes don't seem all that important, but to Him it is, because He loves you and He loves this world and He wants all men to be drawn back to Him. So wherever you're at, just burn with the light of Jesus, because you are making a difference more than you know. Your prayers are powerful and effective, and people see your example, see your love, see your humility, because it comes through Christ. It's Christ in you, and you change the atmosphere when you go into those rooms, when you enter into a situation. Christ is being projected out of you, so to speak. So bless you wherever you're at, and thank you for being part of Modern Day Missions.